Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Jérôme. Thank you for being here and inviting me here at the MIP. I can smell some rosé fumes, so I think that it's a hard kickoff this morning. Let's imagine a 20-minute Red Bull session, okay? Fasten your seatbelt and enjoy the ride. So the future is in your palm. And first, content. Content is king, even in Versailles. We have 409 original content show last year heard on TV, more than days in the calendar. It's amazing, unbelievable success. High quality cinematic drama. Here's the new battlefield. Ambitious, risk-taking, very singular scripts. Manhattan Castle, Fargo and FX, that was one of the first TV stations with HBO and Showtime to deliver such original content. And of course, the incredible Underwood family. Great platform also for Euro talents. Let's look at these. From Borgen to Occupied, Gomorrah, Sherlock, Baron Noir, and released and presented yesterday, Section 0. It's a fantastic opportunity for all of you in Europe, in Latam, in Asia, and also in America to deliver very relevant culturally piece of content and art. And also a great year for cooperation. Last year, Sky and Studio Canal announced Last Punters. This year, it was the fantastic thriller from Arlen Coben, The Five, next on Sky and Canal. A new metrics appeared last year. BH, billion of hours. 12 billion of hours in SVOD viewing time every month. It seems very, very heavy TV loads, but if you compare with free-to-air TV, every day in Europe, there is 2 billion hours of fresh TV content that is consumed and enjoyed. So yes, let's put numbers in perspective. 75 million, this is of course the number of households who have that Netflix moment. It's every evening the global audience in Brazil. So yes, fresh and free-to-air TV is still a phenomenal success, like GBBO, the Great British Bake Off. Can you imagine Paul and Mary cooking cakes in 196 countries? This is the power of content and the power of TV. So yes, ratings matters, Rockefeller Center as well. And what we assist is obviously that globalization of demand. At Havas, we work with Parrot Analytics, a young Israeli startup that's doing fantastic tracking of every kind of files, peer-to-peer, SVOD, OTT services all over the world to track, like FX, what market wants. And yes, that globalization of demand is also a globalization of the offer. Consolidation of players. Vivendi has recently partnered with a new merge between Banijay and Zodiac. We are absolutely thrilled to be in such a great company with Fox, RTL Group, or ITV Studio or Discovery. New habits, new behavior, binging bad. Everyone is binging. Between 2 and 5 episodes every night when you do it. So for the last season of House of Cards, 54% of the audience binged the whole season in less than 6 days. This is a new addiction. That's why when we talk about viewing time, SVOD services today represent 20% of the total viewing time in the US. Again, unbelievable success. If we now look at the economics, there is a different reality. 20% on the viewing time, only 4.7% on the revenues. And I'm not including advertising revenue, we're going to talk about that later. When we look at Europe, only 2.3%. Yes, economics matter too. And why such a difference? The TV business, especially the free-to-air or the pay TV business, has still a very different structure from the SVOD business that has literally saw these last years. First of all, the top sport rights. Still an impressive inflation, $10 billion for the 4 main leagues in the US, $2 billion for the Euro Cup in Europe. Great content costs. Great content isn't cheap. $5 million per episode for the last season of House of Cards to $10 million What an incredible bet from HBO for the next Game of Thrones that will be aired late April. $10 million per episode. This is a movie in the European industry. And great, costly cast. Not easy to say for a froggy. Great, costly cast. So from $0.6 million for the famous Rachel and Chandler and the Friends, and $1 million for the geeky team of Big Bang Theory per episode. If content is king, is SVOD its new emperor? My take on this? Look at the numbers. The pay TV cable business is a $100 billion business in the US. The advertising market, so ads on TV, $70 billion business. SVOD is still a $5 billion business. Growing, nascent. Two giant and a dwarf. But yes, SVOD is a perfect vehicle for global content connoisseur. A new kind of people, probably you, me, that overspend time with your beloved, watching, discovering, traveling with premium content. A new way of discovering and sharing content at scale. It's a reality. But today, SVOD is a perfect pay TV complement, not yet a substitute. 50% of SVOD subscribers have also a pay TV subscription. And it won't jeopardize, by far, any kind of ad revenues on linear TV. No ad on Netflix, ad on Hulu, ad-free service on Hulu as well. It won't reach the enormous amount of advertising delivered on free-to-air pay TV channel. So yes, that advertising industry, $500 billion, is still critical in this business. This is the money, the investment that generate the ability for everyone to access free news, free radio station, free paper, free TV. A lot of people on Earth can't afford paying for their content. Advertising is one of the ways to deliver and entertain and inform and educate. So yes, as Don Draper would say, advertising matter. And brands more and more are looking at you to behave like you, like media company, like content producer, to engage with audiences the same way. This is a Vice pitch, and it works perfectly well. You will see Eddie later on stage. And every brand wants their Lego moment. This is a strong commitment at Havas to really enable that dialogue and conversation between content owners and brands. They have to change the way they talk, because of course, the ad blocking is just the beginning of the wave. 2, distribution is queen. Yes, young Elizabeth. 2020 will see a major shift. In 200 countries, the end of analog TV. Everything's going to be digital, which means that every digital player will become a broadcaster, which means that every content is a file, 0, 1, original, equal copy, no degradation. And of course, people will start doing playlists. Why not? Files, digital files. Everyone could tomorrow Spotify their TV. That's why the GAFA, Google, Apple, Facebook, Amazon are so hungry to play in that content distribution business for 2 different reasons. For Google and Facebook, money follows eyeballs. They want to gather huge audiences in order to deliver advertising. For Apple and Amazon, selling devices, selling apps, selling stuff, items, and content is a great conveyor and a glue for people. Today, all of us, we spend 50% of our digital time with these 4 usual suspects. They represent $1.5 trillion market cap. Do you know what trillion are? Trillions, like Google, its market cap equal Disney, Comcast, Fox, DirecTV, CBS, Viacom, and the top 6 advertising holding companies. This is how big Google is. And when we look at Apple, the new luxury tech brand, just the growth last year is equal to the total revenue of the top luxury company, from Louis Vuitton to Prada to Hermès to Gucci or Cartier with Richemont. This is incredibly powerful, and it's just the beginning. Will apps replace TV channel? Tim Cook thinks so. Will voice be the new remote control? Yes. Hello Siri, hello Cortana, hello Alexa. Will Google Cast replace TV boxes? Sundar Pichai, the new Google CEO, thinks so. And 17 million of Chromecast dongle have been sold all over the world. Will YouTube be the new SVOD platform for paid content? Many YouTubers, and PewDiePie the first, think so. And when we look at Facebook, can Messenger become a new SVOD platform, a new broadcaster? Yes, next week in Menlo Park for the Facebook Developer Conference, they will announce integration of services within Messenger. And today, if you look at messaging apps, they have outsmart the social networks. And look on the right, the top 4, Facebook, WhatsApp, Messenger, Instagram. 4 out of 5 are owned fully by Mark Zuckerberg's team. And if we look in China, what happened for that documentary, not released on CCTV, Under the Dome, about smog and pollution in China, 200 million views in 3 days, 41% of the people who watch it through an instant messaging platform, WeChat video. It's a massive shift in the way people behave and connect with content directly. So yes, platform matters, even Pied Piper. If we look at that organic world we lived in, 3.5 billion people connected through social and mobile networks. It's a glue, it's a social lubricant. The audience is the media. It's what we call at Havas organic media and organic marketing. So yes, we need to understand better the consumer because they have a much more important role in all that new paradigm. A better consumer intelligence will lead to better customer experience. Everything is about the UX. UX on the consumer side, user experience, IP on your content owner side. Amazon know everything about you. Every click, every interaction with their homepage is a way for them to learn more. Internet is becoming a friend that knows you well. In the ads business, same shift. AOL moved its programmatic revenues from 4% to 34% in 2014 to 54% last year. In 2 years, their business model changed. What can be automated will be automated. Be ready. Yes, data matters more and more. But I have to say, we have a problem. Look at the top 20 internet companies in the world. 11 American companies, 9 Asian companies, China, Japan, Korea. Europe, the most important powerhouse in the economic business world today, has been completely disrupted by internet. Same for Latam, same for Middle East, same for Africa. But if we look at that, we need to support, we need to promote, we need to back European, Latin content platform. This is what Vivendi does by acquiring last year Dailymotion, the second global video platform with billions of views all over the world. But it's also what any European broadcaster, pay TV, free TV, online, is doing. And we want to be part of that playground. This is important for Europe, this is important for diversity, this is important for cultural relevancy. And everyone in that room needs to take the control back of your data. This is why last year we launched with Universal Music Group and Havas the Global Music and Data Alliance to extract more value for the fan, for the artist, for the label. Extract value and understand better the new business model and the new kind of services and offer we can put in place altogether. 3, mobile rule the world. Yes, 2.5 global smartphone users, 60% of users watch short video daily. And if we focus on millennials, question is simple. What is the media you will miss the most. I can live without a TV, I can't live without my mobile. That's it. Mobile is already the first screen. Yes, there is a selfie generation. That's true. 80 minutes every week is spent to make yourself look great for the next selfie. But 50% of their video time is on mobile. 20% of this generation is only connected to internet through mobile. So yes, whether the 8 billionth video on Facebook or the 8 billionth others video on Snapchat, filtered, funny, personal, intimate stories, this is the world we lived in. And it's just the beginning, because virtual reality will offer us new great moment of connection, new great moment of sharing within couples and families. I mean, it's a gift. I can watch that for hours. And I just don't know what he watched. So it could be a quiz at the end of the presentation. Anyway, there's still no premium content that is mobile first. And we think at Vivendi that premium short entertainment is a big opportunity to create value on mobile networks. And yes, mobile networks matter. In a mobile world, in an organic world, the carrier, telco operator have a key role to play. And we want, at Vivendi, to be their preferred partner all over the world. This is why I'm absolutely thrilled to introduce you what we have launched yesterday with the international press. You can see article in Variety, in the Hollywood Reporter, and many others. Studio Plus. Studio Plus is mobile first, mobile only. The first mobile service for premium short entertainment content. 1 series per week, new format, 10 by 10, one app bundled with your telco operator in your country. 600 million consumers are the first reach for that global ambition. We're going to kick off in September with 20 countries, 6 language zones, Spanish, Italian, Portuguese, French, English, Russian. 750 projects have been screened these last 9 months. We focus on European sensibility, Latin culture, and we have selected 60 series that are currently in development. For the kickoff of the service, you will have that 60 series. 25 have been produced with all genres these last months in more than 18 shooting locations, from Argentina to Thailand, Ukraine, and Iceland. And even next month in Monaco, for the first premium series shot in vertical format in partnership with Snapchat, with a complete immersive technology of binaural sound. Deep diving in vertical. And these producer, the Safe Ferries, Iconoclast, some Studio Canal friend like Red and Sam, some White Panama, La Pepa, or Wise Entertainment that just did East Lost Eye and Hulu. All these new generation of producers coming from video music or advertising are in the room with us to reinvent or just invent and pioneer that new format. So I'm super happy to present you the trailer of Studio Plus, and just after we will have our discussion with Kate. Video, please.
Discover Studio Plus, the world's first app dedicated to short premium series. Use the app and discover piles of fresh original content. Each series features 10 episodes. Each episode is 10 minutes long, and everything is produced specifically for mobile. In just a couple touches, catch up with your favorite series or pick a new one. You can start watching right away or never stop.
I guess I'm a little bit nervous about what I'm supposed to do.
Because it's not every day we welcome a unique specimen from an unknown species.
I give you death himself! attendez, je veux juste rentrer chez moi.
Welcome aboard.
We've got everything under control.
Something's going on that I just don't understand.
We'll ruin the zoo's image.
The animals are out of control.
We haven't got a chance. Everybody's dying.
You're the only ones who can make any sense of what's happening.
Qu'est-ce que tu vas faire? Fais pas se leurrer, on va tous crever. T'es toute seule. Et ta fille aussi.
C'est possible ça? L'amnésie, comme ça?
Should I call the policewoman?
Don't. She'll think she ran away.
Maybe she did. You have no fucking idea what it's like to raise a kid on your own.
Bad news from home? I may have a solution for you.
Police!
El hombre pensando que la felicidad está fuera, pero finalmente se vuelve hacia adentro, que la felicidad está dentro de uno.
You can't trust this guy. Dude killed 40 fucking people.
I can promise you that we scared the shit out of people.
And why'd you have me come in if you're that good?
I had you come because I don't kill anymore.
You smoke too much! Fucking Norwegians.
Norwegians are cool, it's the Swedes who are assholes.
Contámelo de nuevo.
¿Qué cosa?
El sueño de nuestra vida normal.
Dale, metí toda la guitarra en el bolso, dale.
Y hay un momento de sueño en que una sombra empieza a tapar toda la playa.
Renee?
Can his haze help?
It's a fake.
Si tu bouges, tu grilles.
T'oseras jamais de tocard.
Bangkok. This place is paradise. No rules, and fighters everywhere. I'm gonna ask you this one last time. Did you kill that guy?
I hope this is the beginning of the story and not the end. I guess we'll see.
Can I smoke if the window's open?
Nope.
Great.
You can add a series to your queue and save it for later. And you won't need internet to watch them, thanks to the offline mode. Studio Plus. Premium digital series. Anywhere, anytime, on your mobile.
Studio Plus, mobile first, mobile only for the mobile generation. So yes, first commercial launch, September, October with telco partners. We have invested 25 million euros already, 1 million per episode, per series, which is, we think, the level of investment you need to get that premium content, but sought, written, and designed for a mobile on-the-go experience. And of course, leveraging Dailymotion for the trailer and the teasing and promotional campaign, and Universal Music Group for the soundtracks, and even, stay tuned, some great cameos coming. This is it.
So it looks fabulous. I mean, the content that you showed is definitely premium content. It's slick, it's fast-paced, it looks well-produced. It doesn't look like, low-quality content at all.
It doesn't look like anything, because we think that today on mobile, you don't get that kind of
You don't
content.
get it at all.
You don't get it.
Because we're getting some, but it's not at that quality. So my question is, Do you think there, because what did you say, 25 million euros you've put on this? This is a pretty big bet. Do you think there's enough appetite from a mobile audience to make this a business? In other words, to actually make this work economically?
I mean, we designed that service with telco partners. It's part of Vivendi heritage and DNA, and we know them well, and we try to understand what they need, especially for that generation. That is so important for a telco because it's the way they can grow their subscription base. And we know that when you have only 10 minutes to queue at the Starbucks and so on, you won't jump into Game of Thrones. Yeah? Oh.
Well, maybe.
Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe you want your funny comedy based video from the free platforms. And we think that there is an hunger for that, especially if you tell different stories in a different way with a new generation of producer. We saw Dre Davis from Pretty Little Liars, but Carlos Bardem and David Bell from Breaking Mansion. So people also that are quite known with their own audience base, but who wants to be in that kind of 1 month's time frame, ready for a new thrill in between two to 3 years long project, like a big movie or a big TV series.
They can do this pretty quickly.
Absolutely.
So you can get to talent.
We have to be lean. Okay. We have to be fast.
So
we have to be agile.
The key is really working with the telcos. Now, you obviously have some relationships, the company, have some relationship with telcos anyway. Vivendi owns stakes in Telecom Italia, in Telefonica. You have a relationship with Verizon because you have a relationship with AOL. You've done a lot of programmatic work for them. So is that your first port of call? I mean, is that what we're going to? These are going to show up first?
We should ask them.
But you don't have any deals yet. Okay.
No. The reality is that we let them master their communication, because in every territory, you have to understand that what we want to do is brilliantly local content with a global impact.
Okay, so are they going to buy them from you, or?
They're going to.
Because you haven't co-produced them. This is your money.
Absolutely.
This is your bet.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And so what we want with them is to do big launch in their own territory. So September, October, there will be big launches in their own territory, whether they soft bundle it, hard bundle it, offer them in a package, or to increase ARPU. Today, what we know is that for a few euros a week, you can have that 25, 50 series a year, one new series every week, 10 by 10. We think that it worth it.
Okay, so it'll be up to them how they're going to do it.
Completely.
They could use it as a value add. They could use it as a way to sell more phones or sell more subscriptions.
It's a differentiation product.
They could put advertising in it?
I mean,
yes? No?
It's a discussion we have. We think that we love advertising. We just want to be sure that there is a clear value exchange for the end users. And you know, we need to be super cautious with that, because people are used to have that content, to pay for it. And if brands have to be included in the mix, it has to be super subtle. Some brands are already interested in to partner with the whole service, some big global brands. So there will be a way to be brand friendly without having any kind of impact on the user experience. User experience will make the success of that service and the quality content.
And you're clear that this isn't branded entertainment. You're not actually getting money from brands either.
It's original content, writers, screenwriters, producers, and if the idea is great, why not inventing a spin-off? But we want to be focused on mobile. Mobile first, mobile only.
Right. It's interesting. We had the head of AOL's content studio on this stage at MIPCOM, Nate, and he was talking about Go90, which of course is their big vertical content. You know, when you hold the phone vertically, that's what vertical means. And they were thinking about what to produce and they were talking to a lot of influencers. They were talking to sort of more YouTube-style content.
Yes,
seems very different from what you're doing.
It's very different. That is the Go90 project. It's very close to what YouTube is doing with YouTube Red, bringing their top PewDiePie and Michelle fan stars online and in a paywall, behind a paywall. Right. We want to have a very different approach. I mean, it doesn't mean that some of these young stars that our millennial loved won't be involved in that project, but it's really a scripted premium entertainment.
So you don't have a deal with Verizon and AOL yet?
We haven't. We have, as you know, a very competitive market in the US with AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, and Sprint. We are very interested in discussing with these guys, and maybe we might strike a deal before the end of the year in the US. This is our objective.
But you'll do exclusivity, right?
Yes, we think that
it'll be one operator in one market.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Especially for year one. We think that it's a differentiation product. This is the way the model works. So let's go this way.
Let's talk a little bit about how you're going to leverage the other parts of your business. You mentioned it a little bit in your speech. You talked about Dailymotion.
Yeah.
Obviously, you have Havas. You have Universal Music. You have Studio Canal. You have Canal Plus. How do you see all those sort of helping viralize, promote, move this project forward?
I think that from day one, the strategic vision was to move from a holding company to an integrated industrial group dedicated on content. So the way people are working, interacting, there are probably 30 projects between Studio Canal and Universal Music Group already. That can be movie, documentaries, that could be long form, short form. The same with Dailymotion, that is now run by Maxime, who is head of Canal Plus. So we are pushing that integrated vision the same way the big American or Asian player are connecting all the dots all the time. We shouldn't be shy about that. If there is a clear interest for the audience, a clear interest for the brand, the advertiser, they are all excited by that, and a clear interest for the content community. We want to be talent friendly. We want to be studio friendly. We just want to be sure that Europe and the Latin culture develop its own platform. This is absolutely critical. And it's not only about entertainment, it's about culture. It's about education. And when you look at the next billion of consumers, the ones that are leaving the poverty line in Africa, in Asia, in Latam, they will have access to education, culture, entertainment. We want to be there with them, to provide them with new services. Mobile will be the device, period. So we want to be there to offer and deliver adapted, culturally relevant business model and content for them.
Because we're at MIPTV, you obviously own a stake in Zodiac, Banijay, and you own Red. I mean, you own a lot of production companies. Is that an ambition to get more into production? And will you, for example, buy more of Zodiac, Banijay? I think you have 26% now. I mean, are you looking to increase your firepower, let's say, in production companies?
I think that, again, the strategy is not a monopolistic appetite. This is absolutely not the DNA and the thinking. What we want is to create an ecosystem. We want to create an ecosystem that, yes, is relevant in terms of rights, that is relevant for our own platform. We want to develop them, to create new platforms, and we want to talk to talent and say, sometimes come back home, or just stay with us, because we have a long-term vision with a family shareholding structure that enable us to bet for the long run.
So you might still buy independent production companies. You might still increase your stake.
If it's relevant. We announced yesterday 3 moves, Didier Lepfer from Studio Canal with Bamboo. Bamboo is a fantastic company, and they are super excited by Studio Plus, by the way. We discussed yesterday. He said, I want that. I want to do that kind of new mobile content series because it's relevant and different.
So you talked in your speech again about the big digital players, and you had that wonderful acronym that I don't know if everybody knows. GAFA, which is marvelous. It's
and there is also the BAT.
Yeah, the BAT.
Baidu, Alibaba, Tencent. On the other side.
So in Asia we have the BAT, and we have GAFA we have Google, Amazon, Facebook, and Apple on the other one, and GAFA. These are big, companies. They have a lot of clout, as you pointed out in your monsters.
Giants.
They're giants. You talk about data. Havas is obviously really into data. You've done a lot with programmatic data. You're thinking about using data. Isn't this sort of an existential threat, these big digital companies? How can you move against Google?
They are fantastic companies, talented people, impressive engineers. But yes, I think that data means your direct relationship with consumer, your direct relationship with your audience. Do you want to cut that? Do you want to get rid of that and let someone else with a very different business model that can change overnight rule your data on your behalf? I'm not sure it's a long-term vision and even a short-term good strategic decision. So our idea, again, is to build a data ecosystem for all our units and entities that will enable us to better understand. If we look at the superfan have an unlimited budget. Look at esports. Esports, massive, millions of audiences. The people are putting more money to award the great sportsmen, you know? So this is the audience that, like a Kickstarter, is subsidizing the trophy, the golden medal. It's crazy. If you look at even Candy Crush, 97.7% of people play free, 2.3% spend money on Candy Crush, around 30 to 40 euros per month.
Yeah.
It's literally a billion business by only 2.3% of the audience. So yes, there is untapped way to subsidize new content and new ventures, and we think that by understanding better our audience, we are more relevant. Yeah. This is the same with advertising. Advertising sucks. People don't want that if it's bad. Right. You know, great advertising is spectacular, right, and it sells. Right. With free TV, it's a magic formula. Still, bad advertising is terrible. So we need to be more relevant for people if we want them to play with us and not being a bit cold feet with the way brands are connecting with them.
I think that's a really good answer. Last question. What would spell success for you with this new studio, this mobile premium content? What would spell success for you? Would it be the ability to then spend another 25 million euros next year on another series, or what would be successful?
I think that the success would be that it excites the talent first. Mm-hmm. That kind of project is talent-based. If the talent are on our side and say, yes, I'm thrilled, yes, I want to add even a VR episode, or, you know, it's a white canvas. And 10 by 10 is not an ideology. It can be shorter, we'll see. We're going to understand. We're very humble. We're going to learn. It's a bet. So having exciting project with talents, having our partners, the telco operators, that are already excited, but more all over the world would be great. And
hopefully they'll stay excited when you say this is how much it's going to cost. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but again, I think that few coffee, you know?
Yeah.
So a month. So it's everything is very relative, except for emerging countries that live with $1 a day. And our obsession is to be relevant with these people and territories. So, but again, success will be that maybe 10 by 10 become a new format that we have pioneered, and everyone knows that what is a 10 by 10.
Great.
Let's see.
Well, we'll look forward to that. Could
Thank
you please join me in thanking our speaker, Dominique Delport. Thank you very much, Dominique. Thank you.